Welcome to Facts Done Quick. Today, we're going to continue our list of 100 mind-blowing facts across science, history, space, nature, and technology. These are the kinds of facts you'll want to share with friends, challenge your teachers with, or just enjoy learning something new. So grab your favorite snack, sit back, and let's dive into the ultimate fact frenzy. Let's get started. Fact 61. The $10 million bug that nearly killed Mars climate orbiter. In 1999, NASA lost contact with the Mars climate orbiter, costing the agency nearly $10 million in losses. The reason? A unit conversion error. NASA's software used metric units, newtons, but a contractor used imperial units, pounds force. This mismatch caused the spacecraft to fly too low and disintegrate in Mars' atmosphere. It remains a textbook example of why precise data standardization is critical in engineering. Fact 62. The mystery of Antikythera mechanism, the ancient Greek computer. Discovered in 1901 in a shipwreck off the Greek island of Antikythera, this 2,000-year-old device stunned scientists. Using complex gears, it could predict solar eclipses, planetary positions, and Olympic Games schedules. Advanced 3D X-ray scans revealed that it was far more sophisticated than anything else known from the ancient world, leading some to call it the first analog computer. Fact 63. The Guinness record for the world's oldest message in a bottle. A glass bottle thrown into the sea in 1906 off the coast of Germany was recovered in 2018 on a beach in Australia. It spent almost 108 years drifting in the ocean. It was part of a scientific experiment by the German Naval Observatory to study ocean currents. The bottle contained a note asking the finder to record the location and date it was found. Fact 64. The accidental invention of Post-it notes. Post-it notes were born from a failed attempt to create a super strong adhesive. In 1968, 3M scientist Spencer Silver accidentally created a weak, repositionable adhesive. It wasn't until 1974 that another 3M employee, Art Fry, used it to mark pages in his church hymnal. Recognizing its potential, they turned it into the Post-it note we know today. Fact 65. The shortest war in history lasted just 38 to 45 minutes. On August 27, 1896, the Anglo-Zanzibar War became the shortest war in recorded history. It started when Sultan Khalid bin Bargash refused to step down after the British issued an ultimatum. British ships bombarded his palace, and within less than an hour, the conflict ended with a British victory. Fact 66. The banana you eat today is a genetic clone. The popular Cavendish banana is a clone of a single plant. Because it reproduces asexually, it lacks genetic diversity, making it highly vulnerable to diseases. Its predecessor, the Gros Michel, was wiped out by Panama disease in the mid-20th century. Scientists worry the Cavendish could face a similar fate. Fact 67. The Great Emu War of Australia. In 1932, Australia deployed soldiers with machine guns to control a massive emu population, damaging crops in Western Australia. Despite firing thousands of rounds, the emus outran the military, and the first operation attempt was declared a failure. The birds ultimately won the so-called Emu War, which remains a bizarre chapter in military history. Fact 68. The bizarre Frankenstein frog that regrows organs. The African clawed frog, Xenopus laevis, has been used in scientific research for decades because of its remarkable regenerative abilities. Recent studies showed it could regrow spinal cord tissue, eyes, and even parts of its heart under certain lab conditions. This discovery could one day influence human regenerative medicine. Fact 69. Honey never spoils, even after thousands of years. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. Thanks to honey's low moisture content and natural acidity, bacteria and microorganisms can't survive in it. This makes honey the only known food that never spoils when stored properly. It's been used since ancient times, not only as food, but also for medicine and preservation. Fact 70. You share 60% of your DNA with a banana. While humans and bananas are vastly different, about 60% of the genes in a banana have analogs in the human genome. This highlights the shared evolutionary building blocks of life on Earth, even between species that seem entirely unrelated. Fact 71. The Sahara Desert was once a green paradise. Around 6,000 to 7,000 years ago, the Sahara was lush with grasslands, rivers, and lakes. Archaeological evidence shows ancient humans lived there, hunting and fishing. Climate shifts eventually transformed it into the vast desert we know today. Fact 72. Peanuts aren't actually nuts. Despite their name, peanuts are not nuts. They're legumes more closely related to beans and lentils. True nuts like almonds or walnuts grow on trees, while peanuts grow underground in pods. Fact 73. A cloud weighs about 1 million pounds. An average cumulus cloud contains around 500,000 to 1 million kilograms of water droplets, equivalent to about 1 million pounds. It floats because the water is spread out across a vast volume of air, reducing its density. Fact 74. Sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins. While dolphins hold their breath for about 10 minutes, sloths can slow their heart rate and hold their breath for up to 40 minutes. This helps them avoid predators by staying motionless underwater. Fact 75. Space smells like burnt steak and welding fumes. Astronauts who've been on spacewalks report that their suits and airlocks smell like burnt meat, welding fumes, or hot metal. The odor comes from high-energy particles clinging to the spacesuit fabric. Fact 76. The largest living organism is a fungus. A massive Armillaria ostoyi fungus in Oregon's Malheur National Forest spans over 3.4 square miles, 8.8 kilometers. It's believed to be thousands of years old and is considered the largest living organism on Earth by area. Fact 77. Water bears, tardigrades, can survive space. Tardigrades, microscopic water-dwelling creatures, are so resilient they've survived the vacuum of space, radiation, and extreme temperatures. They enter a state called cryptobiosis, effectively pausing their life processes until conditions improve. Fact 78. The Eiffel Tower grows taller in summer. Due to thermal expansion, the metal structure of the Eiffel Tower can grow about 6 inches, 15 centimeters taller in the summer heat. When temperatures drop, it returns to its original height. Fact 79. The coldest temperature ever recorded on Earth. In Antarctica's East Antarctic Plateau, scientists recorded a mind-numbing minus 144 Fahrenheit, minus 98 Celsius, in 2018 using satellite. It's so cold that human lungs would freeze if exposed directly to the air for even a few breaths. Fact 80. The internet we use today began as a US military project. Known as ARPANET, the early version of the internet was developed in the 1960s by the US Department of Defense to ensure communication resilience during nuclear threats. This eventually evolved into the global internet we rely on today. And that wraps up our journey in part 4 of 100 incredible facts. Thanks again for being part of our subscribers. It means the world to us. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves learning weird and wonderful things just as much as you do. Got an idea for our next video? Drop your suggestions down in the comments. We read every single one. Until next time, this was Facts Done Quick. Stay curious.